All right, guys. We are gonna do an activity in Tinkercad, and when you sign in, you will jump right to the Learn button, and it will bring you here. We've done a little bit with the starters before we did the wheels, so now we're gonna jump to something called projects, and there are several of them. And I'm not interested in doing any of these first four, so we're gonna click on See All Projects. As soon as we do that, we're going to have to do some scrolling and dig until we find Name That Keychain. This one called Name That Keychain. And it may be located somewhere else on the screen for you, but you're just looking for this pink, this one says circle on it. We're going to have some freedom to change it as we want. When you click on it, it gives you a description of what it is, some teacher stuff here about what learning things that you're doing, and then you're going to go to create your name from letters is the first lesson. When you click on it, you've got a bunch of controls on the left that tell you what to do, arrows that let you flip through these, and some descriptions of what it is that you're going to do. So we're going to continue to the next step. We're going to gather the letters that we need and get them in place. So I'm going to go over to the right side of the screen, and I am going to get text and numbers. So I could type with the text one, or I could select letters. These block letters are really nice, so I am going to do that. I am going to go in and drag in all the letters from my first name, Scott. And I'm going to go and do that. And the colors of them don't matter. They're just kind of there to distinguish the different letters. It will not dictate what color these end up being when we print them. It says just drag them onto the work plane. That's right here. I've got them all dragged out. I'm going to move to the next step, and now it's time to align them. The easiest way to do that is to highlight, so click and drag all of the letters. And once you've clicked and drag all of the letters, you're going to go up to the top right here and find this alignment, or press the letter L on the keyboard. When you do that, you'll get several little dots that will tell you where you want to align it. What we want to do is align them on the center going this way. So I am going to click on this center dot right here, make sure that they're all aligned. Then the bottom of each letter is aligned, and the top and the center as well. Once I've done that, I'm going to make them overlap. So I'm going to take them and I'm going to drag them so that they touch each other just a little bit. And kind of snug them in there, and then they don't come apart. You can use arrows to do this a little bit more specifically. You can merge them as much as you'd like. It says repeat that for the remaining letters. You're almost finished. Not all the letters are the same width, and you'll probably find that some are going to overlap more than others. So like my T here, I may want to bring that more. If you want to change your snap grid, you could change your snap grid so that it takes smaller jumps when you use the arrow for them to merge together. I put it 2.25. 1 was where it was at before, so that looks kind of like my name there. At this point, I want to do a couple of other things. So since each is the same height, the group shape is going to be hard to read. So what they're suggesting is that we take some of these letters and make them taller than others. I believe. Let me read these now. It says you're going to edit this as a group. So I'm just going to go ahead and merge this into a group. So now there are all my letters. That looks pretty legible. If I click on this and I use this handle, I can bring them taller or shorter if I want to. I'm going to leave them where they were. If I want to change them, I can ungroup them, and I could say, hey, I really want this letter to be a little bit taller, that one to be shorter, maybe my C to be a little taller, and I could have them all kind of different. I merge them together again, and then you can see the difference between the letters much better. Okay, so there I am, and continuing to my last step. For this, we need to finish up the keychain and attach a ring. We're going to put a cylinder in. So I'm going to go back to my basic shapes. It says drop a cylinder in. I am going to take this and resize it. So I'm going to click on my corners, and it says that I should do it 4 by 4 square. So 4 and 4. I'm going to make it much smaller. And then the height is going to be a lot different. So this top dot is going to be able to change my height. I'm going to make it 3. Once I have that in place, then I can put another cylinder as a hole. So I'm going to go a whole cylinder here. And I'm going to make this one and size it 2 by 2. And I'm going to make it 5 tall so that it is bigger than my previous one. Okay. I'm just going to move this over a little bit. I'm holding down my center mouse button to pan side to side. I can use my left mouse button to rotate. Sorry, my right mouse button to rotate, my left mouse button to select. So as I continue on, I want to align these. I'm going to go and highlight the 2 of them, click on align or press L for align. And I want to click the center one on the side and the center one here so that I go boom and boom, and I've got them together now like this. At this point, it says to group them. That's just selecting them together again and choosing this merge type thing. Control G groups, or I can click here, and it just creates a ring for me. Okay. At this point, I'm going to take my ring and I'm going to use my arrows or my mouse. Arrows are really friendly for moving it around, and I'm just going to place it somewhere where I want it to be hooking onto the keychain. So if I wanted my whole name to hang out this way, I could put it up here. If I wanted my name, oops, I just did an undo there because I kind of got it in the wrong place, the wrong size. At this point, I can take it, I can move it here if I wanted to be centered. I'm going to try it right about there. I'm going to do one last grouping. So I'm going to highlight the orange and the blue, group, and now I've got a nice little keychain here. And I can say done.